He says, don't be a person of the first span. Because knowledge is of three spans, three levels. من دخل في الشبر الأول تكبر. The person who goes into the first level, the first span, he becomes haughty. And his ego overtakes him and he becomes prideful and boastful. So you will find often that when a person starts to seek knowledge, after reading a book or two, or maybe studying one book or two books, they now think they're Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah. They now think that they can go into Jarh wa Ta'deel and say that this person is upon this and this person is upon that. And in reality, if you ask them, what is the meaning of this mas'ala that you keep mentioning to us? It's like, I don't know, but like, I heard Shaykh Fulan talk about it and I heard Ustadh Fulan talk about it. Yeah, but you're the one that's now narrating it and you're testing people with it. Explain what you mean by this. And you'll often find that he hasn't understood what he's narrating himself. The second, he says, وَمَنْ دَخَلَ فِي الشِّبْرِ الثَّانِي تَوَاضَعَ. And then he says, the person, when he carries on seeking knowledge and he passes the first level or the first span, he gets to the second span and the second level. And then he becomes humble. Because that person has now acquired some sort of beneficial knowledge. And he knows that what he has learned has shown him that he has to obviously increase, like it has benefited him because he has given it time. So he's sought knowledge for about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years and he becomes humble. Now he has some sort of understanding. He's not as ignorant as the first person. He has some sort of understanding, the Sharia has some sort of knowledge. And that knowledge now has benefited him. Then he says, وَمَنْ دَخَلَ فِي الشِّبْرِ الثَّالِثِ. And the one that enters the third level, the third span, عَلِمَ أَنَّهُ مَا يَعْلَمُ شَيْءٍ. أَنَّهُ مَا يَعْلَمُ. After the third level, he realizes that he in reality doesn't know anything. So after studying for about 30, 40 years, and he's an alim, he knows that, subhanAllah, I do not know anything. And that is when a person reaches the level of being an alim, where he knows nothing. He says, كُلُّ مَا ازْدَدْتُ عِلْمًا ازْدَدْتُ عِلْمًا بِجَهْلِ, as Imam Shafi'i said. The more I sought knowledge, the more I became aware of what? Of my ignorance. And that is the benefit of knowledge. It will help you to realize that in reality, you don't know nothing. What was the ayah? فَوْقَ كُلُّ ذِي عِلْمٍ عَلِيمٍ, صح? The meaning is what? Above every person that is the alim, that person has knowledge, there is a person that is what? More knowledgeable. Look at Musa alayhi salam, a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yet, although he was a prophet, he came to know that there was a man who had more knowledge, or he had knowledge of something that he did not know, knowledge that he did not possess. What did he do? He went out to what? To learn. And he followed him to learn and to seek knowledge. He didn't say, "Khalas, I'm not going to go to someone else. I'm a Nabi, I'm a prophet." He would not say that. And you will find from among the ulama of the past, those who stayed with their shaykh for 20, 30, 40 years. 20, 30, 40 years they would spend with their shuyukh. And even up until now, you find ulama that are like that. So because they've sought knowledge for such a long time, they realize that I do not know. And that's why Imam Malik could afford to say, La adri, la adri, la adri. I do not know. Because he knows the mas'ala that he's been asked about, it's not as easy as that. He can say halal, haram, like he knows that there's obviously going to be repercussions to what he says. Also, the alim, the more knowledge a person has, he looks at masail from various different angles. So he knows there's a mas'ala and he knows that there's some sort of doubt surrounding it. It's halal due to this from this side, like it's haram due to this. That is why a lot of times you will find Hay'at Kibar Ulama mathalan, a whole committee of ulama, and they're discussing masail that if it was given to any one of us, we'd say halal, haram. Of course that's haram. It's very simple. The dalil is this. Like they spend probably days and days and weeks on end researching it. Because they know that the Sharia is vast. And the only person that knows every aspect of the Sharia is who? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Naam. Then the Shaykh says, rahimahullah, and there's a benefit that I want you to write down or jot down, which is, now that you know that there are 3 levels of knowledge, and when you start seeking knowledge, you're always going to be on level 1. Therefore, what do you do when you're on level 1? You remain silent. You don't talk about masail al-ilm. You don't indulge in debates. You don't take part in debates. You don't bother yourself in refuting people. You leave that to the ulama and the students of knowledge that are higher than you in knowledge. As for yourself, your time and your role, the time that you're in and your role is to seek knowledge. And that is what it requires, that you remain quiet. That's why Abu Darda radiallahu anhu, he said, ta'allamu as-samt. Learn to be quiet. Learn to be quiet. كما تعلمون الكلام. i.e. كما تتعلمون الكلام, i.e. like you learn how to speak and what to say, then learn to be quiet and how to be quiet. فإن الصمت حلم عظيم. For verily, quietness is a great virtue and a great benefit.